Well, thank you for joining us here on THV 11 News at 6 o'clock on a Saturday. I almost lost it, but I held it together. Simone, it was not too bad out there this morning. What can we expect for the remainder of the day and this weekend?
Well, for anybody at home, if you thought today was hot, you need to buckle up for the next couple of days. Hey, right now, this is not your favorite type of forecast, but we are starting to get into some of the hottest parts of the season. We've got a weather impact alert in effect for Monday and Tuesday because we're tracking potentially our first 200-degree days of the year. Heat indices getting a little bit higher than what we've seen so far this summer as well. But we'll talk more about Monday and Tuesday, your 7-day forecast. Here's what you need to know for right now. Right now, 95, feeling like 103 in the capital city, 93 in Searcy, feeling like 107, 94 in Arkadelphia, feeling like 104. Bottom line is it's hot out there even today. We've got a heat advisory in effect through 8 p.m. and then these same areas under the heat advisory today will be under heat advisory again tomorrow from noon to 8 p.m. Again, for those heat indices, close to 105 today. Tomorrow we can see between 105 and 110 through the rest of this evening. Again, that heat advisory ending at 8. Still going to feel like the 90s where we're checking in at 10. Overnight only dipping into the upper 70s and it's still going to feel like 80. So that creates a warm start to your Sunday to get even hotter. And as we started out with Monday and Tuesday getting even hotter. So more details on what to expect are coming up in your 7-day outlook.
Well, thank you, Simone. Food insecurity remains a problem in Arkansas and one of the state's higher risk areas. One farmer is trying to help. THV 11's Carter 3 has the story from this farmers market and community celebration.
Cars lining the streets looking for something fresh to eat.
Farm fresh produce, farm fresh items.
That's what you can find at the ag capital of Pine Bluff, a farmer's market started by Bernard Iwebu, who is a farmer and has lived in Pine Bluff for 17 years.
We have a problem here in Pine Bluff, which is that we don't have a lot of brick and mortar stores that can give produce to the citizens here in the town, but we want to be able to provide that.
On Saturday, vendors showed up to provide that and more. Jacqueline Gilbert is a farmer who lives in Pine Bluff and also mentioned the food insecurity.
Fresh fruits and vegetables are not close to where I live. So I decided that I needed to farm to make some of my own. And if I can help others, that would be a good thing.
She is helping others, selling her fresh produce at the market. The first time Iwebu put on this event, he had 12 vendors. This time it's 28.
I am a new farmer and I wanted some new clients. So I wanted to see some people and I wanted people to see me.
The Ag Capital provides that opportunity, not just for farmers, but for musicians, other types of vendors, and the entire community.
Our overall goal is to be able to bridge these people together and create even more of a community feel. We love everybody out here and we thank everybody out here for coming.
In Pine Bluff, Carter Thweet, THV 11 News.
Now, the market is located at 1199 South Palm Street. Iwebu says that he plans to hold markets at least twice a month through October, culminating a big event the weekend of UAPB homecoming. And hundreds of Central Arkansas families spent part of their Saturday at the Little Rock Zoo for one of its most popular annual events. The Highland Dairy Dollar Day offered visitors discounted admission and a chance to explore everything the zoo has to offer. Highland Dairy Dollar Day brought crowds to the zoo throughout the day, with families taking advantage of $1 admission. Visitors also had the chance to check out the zoo's animal and explore the larger-than-life insects featured in the Booktopia exhibit. Zookeepers say the event helps introduce more families to the animals, exhibits, and educational opportunities available to the community. Zoo Director Suzanne Altry says it's also become a popular summer tradition for many Arkansas families.
Today is our Highland Dairy Dollar Day event. This is an annual event that we do each year thanks to the generosity of Highland Dairy. And it's a big day. We are just packed. And they started lining up at 9 a.m. when we first opened, and it has been busy all day long. It's an exciting day just to see Arkansas families coming out and enjoying the zoo. We love this day. It's a really nice day to see the animals and to just celebrate all the wonderful things we have here at the zoo.
Along with discounted admission, guests could also enjoy $1 Highland Dairy drinks while supplies lasted. And with the recent cyclosporiasis outbreak, some health professionals now say that just washing your fruits and vegetables may not be enough to protect you. I recently sat down and spoke with the doctor at UAMS about the safest way to consume produce amid this outbreak. Take a look.
If you want your fresh fruits or fresh vegetables, you're going to no longer have them fresh if you're going to heat them hot enough to kill these cysts.
Cooking produce to at least 160 degrees is the most effective way to kill the cysts created by the parasite that causes cyclosporiasis.
If you want to have 100% certainty, you got to heat it up.
That guidance applies to both fruits and vegetables. Dr. Robert Hopkins with UAMS says washing and drying produce is still important during the outbreak, but it's not enough.
Cleaning as best you can, wiping down, those kind of things, that's going to help, but it's not going to completely eliminate the cysts if they are contaminating that fruit or vegetable.
Even store-bought produce washes don't eliminate the risk. Dr. Hopkins says knowing where your produce comes from can help lower your risk.
If you grow them yourself and you're careful with what you use to water, you got nothing to worry about. If you're going to your local farmer's market and you know how they prepare things, that's probably a relatively low risk. If you're going to your local grocery store, you're probably relatively low risk.
People at higher risk, including those with compromised immune systems, young children, and older adults.
The real risk is to people who have immune compromise, people who are young, our little babies, our older adults, and those who have chronic health conditions.
If contracted, people who are otherwise healthy may recover from severe symptoms if they avoid major complications.
Most otherwise healthy adults are going to be able to get over this infection if they get it without major complications or without treatment.
Tamer Knight, THV 11 News. Now, Dr. Hopkins says it's still safe to consume salads, berries, and other produce at this time with the proper care. And 2 U.S. service members died in an Iranian attack yesterday, bringing the total number of Americans killed to 16 since fighting began in February. The Pentagon says that at the direction of President Trump, it launched new airstrikes on Iran tonight as punishment. CBS's Tareen Small is following the president this weekend. He's in Bridgewater, New Jersey, with details.
U.S. Central Command says Iranian ballistic missiles and drone attacks killed 2 service members in Jordan on Friday. 1 American is still missing. At least 4 others were medically evacuated to hospitals but have since been discharged. U.S. forces have conducted strikes against Iran for a week straight and implemented a naval blockade on the Strait of Hormuz. Friday night, U.S. forces hit surveillance sites, military logistics infrastructure, underground weapons storage, and maritime capabilities. The ongoing offensive has caused Iran to retaliate, taking aim at U.S. military targets in the region. And power and water plants in Kuwait. President Trump said this on Thursday at the White House.
We are likewise winning big in Iran, and you will see the fruits of that labor very, very shortly.
On Saturday, Iranian state TV read written remarks from the supreme leader. He called the U.S., quote, the Great Satan, and warned of unforgettable lessons if attacks continue. Torian Small, CBS News, Bridgewater, New Jersey.
Now, the U.S. Central Command says it's withholding information about the soldiers killed until 24 hours after the families have been notified. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth wrote on social media, "Godspeed, heroes. Their sacrifice only stiffens our resolve." And due to the ongoing conflict in the Middle East, gas prices are continuing to tick up across the U.S. According to AAA, the national average price for a gallon of gas inched up to $3.99. That's up a little more than a cent from Friday and 11 cents from a week ago. Gas prices are 34% higher since the start of the war in Iran. Oil prices have climbed due to a slump in shipping traffic in the Strait of Hormuz. Brent crude, the international benchmark, rose to roughly $88 a barrel, which is a 16% increase from last week. And the rain may be slowing, but floodwaters are still rising across southwest Texas. Coming up, see how Texans are uniting together to rebuild what was torn apart.